Pondera Wellness is a revolutionary product that I am so excited to share with you. This delicious meal replacement has been carefully engineered for over 10 years with some amazing proven results. Stay tuned to hear how this product from the mastermind himself can completely change the trajectory of your health. All right, welcome, Dr. Wood. I'm so glad to be speaking to you today. We are so excited about your product and would like to learn more about its origins and how it works. So, Dr. Wood, what do you do and what inspired you to create this product to help others?
Well, I've always been around a nutritional-based family because my mom had some difficulty and they were going to do some reverse shock therapy on my mom when I was a little boy. And then a very famous internal medicine doctor who believed in nutrition saw my mom and said, well, she's just hypoglycemic. She doesn't need a shock therapy on her brain. And so he started feeding my mom properly and I had my mom back again. So that thought never left me. I knew that there's other ways to help and to find the way that's most appropriate for the patient or the individual. And so I'd always wanted to be a doctor, and I went to school, medical school in Ohio at Case Western and Ohio College of Pediatric Medicine, and studied foot and ankle surgery. And when I did my residency in the Houston area, it was a great emphasis upon all surgical mostly, but upon saving the foot, the salvage of the foot. And the diabetics are perplexed with having ulcers and contracted toes and holes in the foot that just doesn't heal. And eventually they can lose a leg through the foot. And so my emphasis on the last 10 to 15 years has been surgically to try to salvage the foot and that the patients do get better. And that's where my love is helping people, especially the diabetics, because it's a very deadly disease. Okay. If you don't manage your diabetes, it's going to manage you. So on that path in the 80s, I met Dr. Barry Sears, who had written his own books, and before he'd even written the books, and he introduced me to the people at Harvard that had won the Nobel Prize for discovery of a system of hormones called eicosanoids. And these hormones are on every cell of your body, and they virtually control every function. So the key is to try to make these hormones happy. And at Harvard, in their research, they found it was limiting the amount of insulin in the bloodstream. Okay. In today's society, I think we've just kind of, in my book, I even wrote that there's been more graves dug with a fork than there has a shovel. I think that we've kind of eaten ourselves, and being in the fast-paced society, the cell phones, faster computers, everybody's on the run. We don't sit down to a lot of balanced meals with our families. And so we're just grabbing food any way we can, and we're not balancing our food. And these hormones are so essential upon balancing your diet. And they will do what they're supposed to do for the 8 hours after you've had your meal until you change the environment that these hormones are in the bloodstream. So from that basis, in my practice, I was able to construct meals for patients. Example being, for breakfast, you have 3 egg whites cooked in olive oil and maybe a half an apple and 4 or 5 blueberries. And then at lunch, they were forcing themselves to have lunch. If they wanted it, it was like a grilled chicken salad with a lot of olive oil. Okay. And then dinner was kind of a dictating that way. And I saw tremendous results in the laboratory data of my patients, and that blood sugars, hemoglobin A1C, triglycerides, things were really beneficial. So I knew that it definitely worked, and the Nobel definitely is true. So people just don't stay on a diet. And the word diet to me is not a good word. I prefer lifestyle change.
Absolutely.
And they get better and then they start back. And as Santana said, their evil ways, they go back to eating what they want to eat. So in the year approximately 2006, I undertook a mission to try to help the diabetic where I felt I could be more beneficial. And in designing this product, it's not necessarily just for diabetics. It's for people that suffer from metabolic syndromes, hypertension, obesity, a lot of the things, thyroid issues, just not feeling well. tired and fatigue, chronic fatigue, inflammation. So I undertook this project to try to create what Harvard said would be the controlling factor of the eicosanoids, these hormones. So what that was a precise balance of protein and fat and carbs, equal amounts at every meal. And the fat being the type of fat like olive oil, avocados, macadamia nuts, almonds. It's called a monounsaturated fat. And back in the 70s, we all became really fat phobic because of the cholesterol scare. So people stayed away from fats and people just got fatter. The average dress size in the 60s was a size 6 for a young lady. Now it's a 14. So we are getting ourselves kind of out of shape and following the fast food regiment. And that's why I wanted to design this product. It took 14 years to design it to be exactly that way. And olive oil is a strange, great oil in the sense that it doesn't make you fat. It doesn't create hardening of the arteries. It doesn't do those things. But what it does, it slows down the entry rate of the carbohydrates that you take into your diet, makes them convert slowly to a sugar form. That way, there's not a lot of insulin released. So with this olive oil, it's able to be like a buffer or a stop sign. Okay. So for me to design this product, it was really difficult to get 35% of the product as extra virgin olive oil into a powder and with something known as nanotechnology, which means surrounding your product with a fat membrane and making smaller sized molecules so that the absorption occurs in the mouth and the esophagus more than going through the GI tract. And that's kind of where it took me with this product. Okay. And I wanted to have some validity. So I was able to do one human testing in the country of Taiwan. And then I was able to do a study in America here with the Indian tribes in Oklahoma called the Quapaw Indian tribes. And it was quite an extensive study, which you can see on the website.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really amazing. Every single person had, benefits from it, had improved, what was it, triglycerides? And I'll let you fill that in.
Yeah, it's triglycerides. We do see before someone becomes a diabetic, they seem, when they're called a borderline diabetic, they see these triglycerides really getting high. Mm-hmm. And the triglycerides are an influential amount of insulin in the bloodstream as it targets the liver to release triglycerides, cholesterol, and LDL when you got a lot of insulin in the bloodstream. Conversely, if you reduce the amount of insulin in the bloodstream and make the insulin better sensitive to the cell it's supposed to drive its nutrients into, then you're going to see this value decrease. Mm-hmm. But just prior to being diagnosed with diabetes, most everybody has an elevation of triglycerides.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So, I'm taking it right now and I'm going to get my blood panel done and I'm going to see how this improves my health. So I'm really excited about it. And not only is it obviously amazingly science backed, but it really tastes delicious. I've been taking it for a couple of weeks now and it kind of tastes like this one tastes like chocolate pudding. I know you've got a vanilla flavor, or there is chocolate and vanilla are the flavors, right?
Every product you have has its trials and errors. And so I worked through it and now we've got to where I'm just real proud of it. And the results of the new chocolate is even more exciting than the vanilla was in the study. It's quicker, it's faster, and you feel it right away.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so amazed by the amount of research. You've put years into this and Dr. Wood and I talked for over an hour the other day, and I could really tell how incredibly passionate he is about helping people with this product. So that is really awesome. And kudos to you for the dedication that you've had developing this product. Okay, so you did already touch on who it's for. Honestly, it sounds like it's for everyone, but I do like to kind of narrow down a few types of groups of people that you think it's best for. I know you've mentioned, pre-diabetics or people kind of heading in that direction. What other types of people do you think that this product is really beneficial for?
This diabetic, they're not feeling so good, and this gives them a complete meal that they don't have to engineer, and it's drop the blood sugar after taking the meal, and they're not hungry. So it helps them. It helps anybody that has a lot of inflammation in their body, because reduction of insulin is the key to fighting inflammation. It's really good for people who want to work out and want to exercise. I haven't found anybody that really didn't like it. Okay, they like their results. They feel better. They're not hungry. The grocery bill certainly goes down because you're not eating. It kind of helps you change your lifestyle thought process, in the sense that you don't want to eat the junky stuff. You don't like that feeling of when you had sugar and makes the sugar go high, and then insulin comes out and the blood sugar goes low. I call it the insulin roller coaster.
Oh, I know that roller coaster. I used to crash every day right after lunch. I used to have to take naps constantly, and this is when I was 50 pounds heavier. So I totally understand that. Now I don't know if you can tell everyone, but I am so energetic. I totally get that. I've done a lot of research on the insulin stuff too. So
I think that when we start to see later down the road, I think there'll be more points of emphasis towards making the insulin that you create more sensitive to your cell. And the hemoglobin A1C, which I have seen the results on my laboratory studies of it dropping fairly quickly. So therefore, that means the insulin resistance of the patient is getting better, which is a good thing to know. And with time, it significantly gets better and better and better. And a lot of people tell me they sleep really good on the product, and that they can wake up not so groggy in the morning. And in my study, even some people were saying that they had hair growth that they never had before. And when the hairdressers came to visit me in the interviews at the study, wanted to know what I was giving the people. So it works at every cell level. The icosanoids work on the cellular level. So if somebody needs it, hopefully it'll hit that cellular point and make them feel better.
Okay, well, you already touched on the problems that Pondera can solve. It's, helping balance your insulin levels, your energy, your inflammation. Are there any other things that you think that Pondera is great at solving?
Everybody that takes the product for any period of time definitely sees the body fat reduction. Okay, because that's the source of getting the energy from the product. Kilocalorie per mole or energy studies, the richest source of energy comes from the burning of fat. You have an unlimited source of energy. It's learning to harness it by reduction of the amount of insulin in the bloodstream. Insulin is kind of the gatekeeper of the fat cells. There's a lot of it says stay in, but not a lot of it opens it up. So you start to feel the energy. That's how I think my product generates the energy. There is no chemicals or stimulants in the product. And we even put a little bit of medium chain triglycerides to start the fat burning process a little quicker. Not a lot, but just enough.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be super excited about the fat burning. And I've looked at the reviews, and it seems like most people have lost some fat taking this product. So that's really cool. With like little intention on diet change, right? You said they just naturally start to want better.
They're all saying that. I just don't want to eat a lot anymore. And my grocery bill is significantly reduced. And when I do, I want to go to a nice place where they have organic something, or find some vegetables instead of the, tacos or whatever it was before. I think if you can kind of start to change the lifestyle of an individual, you're starting to win the battle. Medication is not the answer to me. It's the answer many times, but for every medication you take for the effect that it's supposed to have positively, there's probably at least 50 toxic effects from that particular medication. So if you can help eliminate a lot of that in your diet, through your diet, then that would be great. I know that we're starting to think more along those lines, and preventative medicine for sure now. And people are really, really getting alert to the fact that you can help yourself by what you choose to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of times medication just seems like a bit of a Band-Aid. Diets are short-lived. Maybe you'll lose a little bit of weight, but you don't change your lifestyle, you're not going to be able to keep that weight off. And really, it's about enhancing your health. I think a lot of people focus on, I want to get skinnier, but they don't realize that it's focusing on improving your lifestyle and your health that is
A lot, a lot of
important.
the doctors just target for weight loss, but the rebound is tremendous once you start to change off of that diet.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can change the lifestyle, then you choose better foods, And the one thing, here's the one thing that everybody needs to know, that as you age, your hormones decrease, right? Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. But one hormone that increases with age is insulin. So you're producing more as you get older. That's why you start to see yourself getting a little chunkier later in life.
Mm-hmm.
I use an example that if you got a car that's kind of a fast car and needs super unleaded gasoline, and you go to the pump and you have a hose that will fit in your tank, and it fits in everybody's tank, and you don't pay attention, you get a phone call or something, and you hit the regular unleaded gas, and
Mm-hmm.
you car, well, it'll run okay for about 4 or 5 miles. Then the car will start to chug and run rough and everything, because you didn't give your engine the fuel in your car that it needed. I think the same way is with our diets,
Mm-hmm.
cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
So treating your food as a drug is really kind of an important way.
Yeah, you are what you eat, like truly, right? So it sounds like all of us kind of need to get our diets in check, definitely to help keep the insulin in check, and especially as you're aging. So I mean, how long do you think that somebody needs to take your product to start to see those positive results?
Well, it just, everybody is different. No two trees are the same. No two humans are the same. So you learn that early in medicine. So everybody's different, but it's a fairly quick response. Some people feel it the first day, feel a lot more energy. Some people feel it 2 or 3 days later. It doesn't take a long time. Most people say within the first week. And in my clinical studies of the Indian tribes, within the first week, they had psychological profiles to answer, and they all said that they were sleeping better, choosing better foods, not wanting junk food, walking to Walmart or walking around the parking lot, getting off the couch,
Mm-hmm.
and not having the carbohydrate cravings that they had before.
Mm-hmm.
So in the study, it showed within a week that people were starting to address a more healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely amazing. And I mean, I just want to touch on real quick, when taking this product, like you mentioned to me the other day, a lot of people actually save money because you take the product usually to replace a meal, but you also start eating better. You're not going out to eat all the time. You're probably eating less, right? Absolutely. So that's really cool too, for anybody who's considering to purchase it. And
Yeah, product seems a little bit costly, and it is a little more costly, but it does save you grocery bill money, and it
mm-hmm.
makes you get more energy, it makes you feel better, look better. It's definitely different and unique.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it does cost a lot more to manufacture for me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we try to make the patient or the customer pay a lot more. We just try to make it affordable. And basically you're spending $3 a day, $3 to $4.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a low price to pay for a really high quality product that could potentially change your life, and save you doctor bills down the line. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's amazing. So Dr. Wood, is there any other last thoughts or anything we haven't touched on that you'd like to tell us?
I just say this: if you're willing to try it and you don't have a result that you want to see, we'll give you your money back. It's not a problem. Okay. We want you to be happy. We want you to be satisfied. I want you to be healthy. I really do care about people becoming healthy, because we have a great body. It's a great temple, and we have to just treat it with respect. I think this is going to help you feel better and obtain some of the goals maybe you're wanting to get to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you feel that you're not getting there, just let us know. Okay. We'll refund you your money. We want you to be happy.
Yeah, so Dr. Wood is extremely confident in this product, clearly, and he's very generous and really truly cares about everybody in the world, really, especially people experiencing these health issues. And it sounds amazing. I'm taking it right now. I've definitely felt more satiated. We'll see here in a month or so when I get another blood panel, what all that is improved. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm
Yeah.
excited for all of you who, are really wanting to be healthier and mitigate those health issues that are willing to try out this product.
One thing in conclusion, I'd like to say, if anybody tries the product, please check your labs and see how they're doing. See if you're seeing these things. I encourage it. I really do. I strongly encourage it. That's how much I feel passionate about the product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would be good for everybody trying to take it. So with all that, I mean, you've given us a bunch of amazing information about the product. I bet everybody here listening to this is super excited to try it. I know I'm excited to take it. It's been awesome. And I'm just so happy that I could interview you today.
Well, thank you for interviewing me. And you look wonderful yourself. You're in good shape, and continue to follow that road.
Thank you. Yeah, my health journey means a lot to me and helping other people just like you. So
thank you so much for the chance to talk.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Wood. I will chat with you later.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
I've been told that I have the best discount yet for you to try Pondera for yourself. Use this coupon code below and click on the link in the comments. And remember, if somehow you don't like this product, you will be refunded 100%. Also, let's help Pondera out by liking, commenting, and sharing this video. This helps us get the word out about this amazing product. I'll see you soon, and hopefully when I do, you'll be at least a little healthier and happier.